Hello friends, how are you? Hope you are having a great weekend. Welcome to Opinion Land with some other thoughts, ideas, perceptions and visions. Dear fellow YouTube fellows, currently we are going through a very difficult situation. If we see the global world scenario, and then of course being a being a normal human, being a sane human, and a person who can think and rethink over different aspects of life and how things can be difficult for people who are oppressed, who are in difficulty, who are in danger, who are dying of wars, starvation, oppressions, and having no medical facilities, and due to any other political, social, economic, or the racism, are the ones who must be addressed, and whom we should think about. I guess you guys are as sensitive as I am or anyone else, and the whole sensitive world, regardless of all races, the language barriers, the ethnicity, the religion, faith, or the region, you guys will agree with me that the world is going through a great crisis of humanity. Mankind is suffering, and we see a lot of disturbance, destruction, and human rights violation within our same communities, our regions, our inner and outer selves and lives, and on a broader level. You must be watching media or social media and know that there is a war going on, and the Gaza people, the Palestinians, innocent people who are comprised of women, kids, household men, and the old people, are daily stricken by thousands of missiles, rockets, bombs, shells, and a lot of damage has been done in Gaza. It's been destroyed, and there is so much pain, misery. People have lost their lives and of their loved ones, and they are starving. They are not having food, medical aid, hospitals are stricken, targeted, schools, colleges, universities, media houses, international media houses. Everything is destroyed, and everywhere we see concrete stuff being scattered over land, and some people died inside those scraps, and many are starving under the open sky, and they are wounded. They are wounded they have wounded bodies, and more than that, their souls are wounded. And the human rights vocalists all around the globe, who are always very much expressive in dealing with issues like when it comes to human rights and even about animal rights, I feel there is a lack of their attention. Where are the feelings, emotions? Why can't we get into other person's shoes and we can see if we are in a situation where those Gaza women, girls, boys, kids, old people, sick people, the pregnant women, and the whole community who was living a so normal life like us, but still they were having a regular routine and had jobs, businesses, and studies. Everything is just finished, and they are in fact in a great prison house. They can't escape. They can't have open doors to any other place, because Egypt is the only land border which connects with Gaza Strip, and it has formed barriers as no refugees can move towards Egypt. So I think it's beyond faith and religion. Otherwise, Egyptians and Palestinians share the same faith, Islam, but there is more of a lack. It's about the lack of humanity, the feeling of emotions and feelings, and feeling like as if the same things can happen at any place, and what we will feel if we see everything around us, like what they are going through, or what the people of Indian occupied Kashmir are going through for more than 76 years, and the same Palestinians are facing it for 75 or 76 years under the apartheid rule. So their land has been taken and now they are divided, and then everything is just on the way. The countries who are called the superpowers, who are called the nation builders, who say that they save people, the world, the humanity, the mankind, they are sending planes and facilitating the invaders, the oppressors, the ones who attack. So I think the saddest mentality to enjoy other people's pain, miseries, their sorrows, which is with human beings, I think from time immemorial, is something which is so evil, and it's been in the history. And we saw two world wars, the First World War and Second World War, where millions and billions of people were stricken, died, and then there was so much aftermath. And then Korean War, and we saw Vietnam War, we saw Afghan Russia War, Afghan and NATO US War, Iraq War, Syrian War, and then Palestinians, Indian occupied Kashmirs, Assam Muslims, Buddhists and Christians are facing the Indian oppression, the genocide, massacre at a major level for last 76 years. But the Modi government, current Modi government, is doing every harm to people who are non-Hindus. So the faith and the ethnicity is the cause of causing problem to others. It means that human emotions and human rights are subject to faith, religion, race, color, region. I'm surprised to see that the whole of Europe and Canada, United States, the Latin America, Australia, New Zealand, Japan, which had been struck so badly during the Second World War, the Hiroshima and Nagasaki being ruined by the first nuclear weapons, and millions of people died, and the consequences of those radiations are still causing so much diseases, pain and misery, and Japan is all silent. And we see every other country, like the people who have power, people who are in power in Russia, China or Korea and whatever, all these are very civilized countries. They say nothing, they do nothing. And then I'm addressing to you guys, the noble people, who are more indulgent to earning their bread and butter and living a peaceful life. Why we are not standing with the people who are oppressed, who are massacred, who are killed and without any crime, and who are starving, who are not getting medical aids, who are suffering. Human suffering is so easy for others to, it is so easy for us to see it on television screens, on social media videos, and we can write over it, we can think over it. But there is another tragedy, that these media channels and social mediums which are said to be caused for the sake of freedom of expression, are so subject that if you say something against the oppressors, the people who are cruel, who are showing barbarism, who are killing and doing damage to innocent people and destroying the whole civilizations and nations, if we say something straightforward and blunt, and which is truthful, but we are stricken with copyright issues, and then it's not about copyright issue. We are stricken with the community violations and hate speech, and our videos, our posts are deleted, our accounts are removed or just deleted or being restricted, even on YouTube, Google, Facebook, Instagram, Snapchat, wherever we say the truth. Why we are afraid of listening the truth? Why we all are not facing the reality that people in this modern world, in this 21st century, in 2023 are suffering so badly. and somehow we are also the reason that we are not vocal. These rallies, these slogans which we see being raised in different countries are a positive sign, but this is not enough. Why United Nations has been formed, why we can't approach, and why we can't shake the heart, minds and souls of people who are in fact the stakeholders of the whole world and for forming peace. Where is Human Rights Watch? Where is Amnesty International? Where are the people who have formed so many non-government organizations, who are having non-profit organizations and human rights organizations? Why they are silent? Why we can't express why we can't have expressions being freed so much? Why our expressions are not up to that level that the whole world could be shaken, and these wars and these oppressions, genocide and massacre can be instantly stopped? Why billions of people of the whole world who want peace, prosperity and goodness for whole humanity are not united as to stop the apartheid, the states or the people or the states which are actually supporting those crimes, war crimes, and let that cruelty floating over the surface of this same earth? Why we can't be united as to raise our voices and to ask United Nations and the other peace forming organizations to stop the wars, to let them rebuild, resettle those people who are displaced, who are starving, who are in dire need of having the food, medicines and medical aid and the shelters and everything which every human being has a basic right. So I guess we all should raise our voices if we really believe that humanity and mankind is beyond faith and religion, ethnicity and regional and language barriers. Every human being has a right to live in peace, harmony, and to earn a respectable bread and butter, and to raise a family, and to have a good and fine environment to study, to explore. And those kids who were killed in these recent attacks, they might be the great scientists, even greater than Einstein or whoever else, and they could contribute so much into the art, fine arts, into medicines, into engineering, into space sciences, into literature, into forming new more of crops and a lot of things. But we have just not given them chances. I think we all are partners in this crime if we remain silent. So raise your voices. I should raise my voice, and to keep on asking and forcing, especially the United States and United Nations, United Kingdom, and the people and the states who are influential, who are in a better position to stop and cause ceasefire. At the end we can think, everybody can have opinion who was right, who was wrong, and who had done a great damage, but in fact the damage is done to mankind, humanity. And please raise your voices. If we can't do it right now, if we haven't done it now, then it will be too late, and these wars could come over our heads, and one day we'll obviously regret that we have done nothing to save people suffering around us, hundreds of miles away, or some hours of flights. The whole world, they have a whole different life which we are living in our cozy homes, enjoying the change of weather and watching the movies and dramas, seasons, and having all kind of luxuries and going to clubs, everything. I'm talking to the whole world, the people who really care about other people's, their emotions, feelings, their sufferings, pain and sorrows, and want to remove these at all costs. Please raise your voices, these voices up to such a level that the world stakeholders who can stop, who can rehabilitate, who can rebuild, have to come out and with force and do these acts immediately. See you in the next video, and remember my voice. It's a voice of many people who might not be have a platform to raise it and tell their problems and how their souls, hearts and minds are wounded by the wounds of people whom they see on their screens, TV screens or on social mediums. See you around. Thank you. Take care.